There's a theory out there that there are a number of what are known as vile vortices. So the so-called Alaska Triangle is a region in Alaska that is similar to the famous Bermuda Triangle.
There are dangerous, unpredictable forces at work here.
I believe it was a UFO.
If you're into alien conspiracies, unsolved riddles, high school geometry, and tropical islands, the Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, is the place to be. That was, of course, until the triangle's mystery was ultimately solved a few years ago. But that's not entirely accurate. Whatever, we now know the Alaska Triangle exists, and the mystery around it is even more intriguing, so much so that the Travel Channel turned it into a TV show in which scientists and eyewitnesses try to solve the riddle of the Alaska Triangle, a rural location famed for alien abductions, Bigfoot sightings, paranormal events, and vanishing planes. However, a man has come forward to claim that a top-secret government complex beneath the Alaskan wilderness may be concealing an extraterrestrial pyramid. Strange forces within the Alaska Triangle are also causing wildlife to become more violent towards humans. So stay with us until the end to know everything about this shocking revelation. The Alaska Triangle, often known as Alaska's Bermuda Triangle, is a location in the frontier state's pristine wilderness where mystery prevails and individuals go missing at an alarming rate. The Alaska Triangle connects Anchorage, the state's main city in the south, Juneau in the state's southeast panhandle, and Barrow, a small town on the state's north coast. Some of North America's most harsh wilderness can be found there. In October 1972, a tiny private jet carrying US House Majority Leader Hale Boggs, Alaska Congressman Nick Begich, an aide named Russell Brown, and their bush pilot Don Johns vanished into thin air while traveling from Anchorage to Juneau. For more than a month, 50 civilian planes and 40 military planes, along with dozens of boats, searched a 32,000 square mile area, but no evidence of the jet, the men, wreckage, or debris was ever found. Following that, other planes crashed, hikers went missing, and Alaskan residents and visitors vanished into thin air. In fact, more than 16,000 people have gone missing in the Alaska Triangle since 1988, with a missing person rate that is more than twice the national average. Every year, 500 to 2,000 people go missing in Alaska, never to be found. Authorities undertake hundreds of rescue missions, the majority of which fail to find the missing person or any evidence at all. These disappearances have been attributed to anything from harsh weather to aliens, spinning energy vortexes, and an evil shape-shifting demon known as Kushtaka in Tlingit Indian lore. The most plausible explanation for these numerous missing people, though, is the environment itself. There are dense forests, jagged mountain peaks, large glaciers, secret caverns, and deep crevices inside this area where downed aircraft or lost hikers may easily be buried and later covered by snowfall, obscuring any evidence of human activity. This rough region is also home to dangerous animals and is prone to extreme weather, including avalanches. But over the past few years, a man named Tom has been exploring this subject of unusual aircrafts, which has piqued the curiosity of many of us, and in many of his interviews, he's come forth and made some intriguing revelations. One of the most recent is the discovery of a massive pyramid in Alaska. It was during an interview that he revealed some of his knowledge regarding the enigmatic Black Alaskan Pyramid. For those who are unaware, scientists, geologists, and army officials have supposedly uncovered what looks like a massive pyramid beneath Alaska, which is said to be around double the size of the pyramid unearthed at Giza. Around 1992, scientists working in the area reported discovering a mysterious abnormality buried underground, prompting them to employ seismic recording equipment to gain a better grasp of what they were dealing with. The technology revealed that a gigantic building in the shape of a pyramid was just beneath them. During an interview, Tom stated, "Did you know there's a pyramid in Alaska? I have some weird stories to tell you. They've been researching a pyramid in its underground for decades. It's larger than Giza and, I suppose, not far from Valdez. I'd have to check on its location, but I know a very significant individual who visited with one of the key defense companies investigating it and they told him that they finally know what it's doing and that it's switched off. They believe it is repressing consciousness, which is insane. There was an earthquake of some type, and all of the seismographs picked up on the waves all over the place. They noticed the abnormality when the shock waves passed across the terrain, and there was some kind of structure or anything that interrupted the waves. So they dug some tunnels in the elevator shafts and have been researching it underneath ever since. The news did a brief report on it, and then all of the information vanished and they were warned not to wear it again. The only thing I want to mention is that there is a pyramid which we have been studying. Things became intriguing when one of the geologists engaged in the recordings came forward with some additional information, and this was a gentleman named Douglas Mackler, and he stated that its detonation was set off in the area and that at the time this was done in order to map the Earth's crust. However, the tape he received confirmed that a massive pyramid was firmly embedded within the Earth. Tom goes on to explain that after this occurred, a news crew arrived and chose to air a story. When Douglas attempted to contact the news team to inquire about the status of the story, he was told that it had never aired since they didn't have a tape of the broadcast and was warned not to ask any further questions and that nothing else will be revealed. He quickly learned that the narrative had just vanished after checking around and asking family and friends if they had documented it. Despite the fact that he mentions that others did claim seeing it and acknowledged that they had seen it by reproducing some of the findings, Channel 13 was the sole channel to report on the odd discovery. Douglas then emailed Linda Howell, an investigative journalist in the United States. The email said, "My name is Douglas A. Mackler, USA retired, and during my service tour in Alaska, I was in front of a pyramid beneath the land in Alaska. Other information about this came to my attention after it was reported to us in 1992. I attempted to pass this information on to others, but received no response. I guarantee you that I am stating the truth, and I believe that our administration is keeping this hidden. As soon as it was brought to my knowledge, the news was buried. If you can assist me in getting this information out, please phone me so we can chat about it. My phone number has been redacted. The entire narrative is quite intriguing as evidenced by your contacts. I'm certain of it because I don't have them and got nothing from the press guys there. If you're interested, I'll tell you the complete thing. I've only contacted a few people and have yet to hear back from any of them. I'm wondering if my emails are getting through to them or if this is an old topic that no news reporters are interested in. Some have questioned why this report was removed owing to the unusual nature of the discovery, something that web researchers have stated happens when high-ranking officials don't want a story to go out. As of now, many who live nearby have stated that they examine the recordings and have even stated that the local areas are home to several unsolved mysteries. Many of them feature mysterious disappearances and odd human and animal behavior. Alaska contains more than half of the country's federally designated wilderness, and many of the permanent disappearances are tied to severe natural forces. Alaska has 33,000 miles of coastline, over 3 million lakes, untamed animals, and winters that cover enormous swathes of the land in snow and ice. Many people, however, believe that energy vortexes exist within the triangle. Energy vortexes are supposed to be swirling centers of concentrated energy focused in specific locations where the energy crackles the most intensely. The energy radiates in a spiraling cone in either a clockwise or counterclockwise direction, causing both positive and negative consequences. They are thought to have physical, mental, and emotional effects on humans. Positive vortexes spiral upward in a clockwise direction, increasing the flow of energy. This type is thought to be good for healing, meditation, creativity, and self-discovery. People intentionally seek out these locations in order to be inspired, energized, or elevated. Positive vortexes are reported to exist at the Egyptian pyramids, Stonehenge, the Sedona Desert, and spiritual sites and cathedrals around the world. Negative vortexes, on the other hand, spiral downward in a counterclockwise direction, draining or depleting energy and depleting positive energies in their surroundings. They are thought to induce health problems in humans such as sadness, nightmares, disorientation, confusion, and both visual and auditory hallucinations. They are also claimed to cause electrical equipment to fail. The Bermuda Triangle, Japan's Devil Sea, and Easter Island are all claimed to be home to negative vortexes. It is unknown whether vortexes exist, and the notion has been met with derision, but is it possible? Despite weather, wildlife, and environmental concerns, hundreds of tourists visit Alaska to explore the untamed area. Many of them are unprepared for the natural elements. Some of these people are likely to have become lost in the middle of nowhere, prompting the countless search and rescue operations that take place each year. That, however, does not explain why the Alaska Triangle has a higher rate of disappearances than the rest of the state. The enigmatic disappearances of the Alaska Triangle, whether caused by natural disasters, odd energy vortexes, or old evil spirits, are unsettling. Let's hear your thoughts about this in the comments down below.